In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to find the perfect builder and eliminate any bad builders and separate the men from the boys. If you are thinking of building or remodeling your one-of-a-kind dream home, you need to know that the partners you are investing in, i.e. your builder and his team, are the right fit for you. This is a marriage, and you don't want it to be one made in hell. You are about to make a huge investment in your dream, but you don't know who to trust. By the end of this video, I will uncover some of the mysteries surrounding the contractor business, and by the end, you'll have all the tools necessary to identify, interview, and hire the right builder. It seems like everybody you know has heard the horror stories of contractors taking large deposits and never returning to start the work, or of builders going bankrupt in the middle of a project and disappearing with the money needed to finish, or of the builder's employees and material suppliers knocking on somebody's door looking to be paid, or filing a lien because the builder didn't pay them when the customer paid him. These scenarios are all things I have seen happen in my years in the business, and truthfully many more that would make your hair curl. I have had a few tricks pulled on me, and the only thing that kept disaster from happening was clear processes that held the right people accountable at the right time. If the builder only does what is strictly written on the contract and does not care to take the efforts that fall between and outside of those lines of ink, such as the intangibles of character and truly caring for the outcomes and attitudes of all those within their circle of influence on the project, i.e. their material suppliers, the delivery men, apprentices, journeymen, artisans, designers, the design issues, the specifications, and the details of quality control, then they are probably not the right builder to entrust your dream to. It takes something deeper, something more. A good builder will first be someone of character. To paraphrase an ancient proverb, he who is trustworthy in little is trustworthy in much. In other words, if they will fudge or skimp on the little things, they will fudge and skimp on the big things. If they will steal your pennies, they will steal your dollars. On the other side of the coin, if they will guard your pennies, they will guard your dollars. Another ancient proverb says, "Be in no hurry to anoint any man." In other words, get to know them first. Don't put anyone in a position that rewards them with power or leverage over you, or demands your trust. Remember that what you see is what you get. Follow them for a while. Watch what they do. Watch how they do it. Learn if you can trust them by building a relationship with them. Learn what they stand for. What are their values and standards? Almost any fear has a logical answer when working with a qualified professional builder, and will be something you can easily verify. I will show you how and when to ask the right questions. First of all, are they really in business? Check for an active contractor's license. Ask for proof of insurance, at least $1 million in general liability and $500,000 in personal property damage protection. If you choose them to build, ask them to be named as an additional insured on the policy and to be sent the certificate. Ask for proof of an active workman's compensation insurance. What is the builder's reputation? What do others say about them? Better contractors understand that if they do a good job, they're usually guaranteed more work. There's no better source of new clients than a happy homeowner. So the better contractors will work hard to leave a legacy of satisfied customers. If the builder provides them on their website, read or listen to testimonials and case studies. Anyone who has recently completed a custom home or renovation wants to talk about it. These folks are overflowing with information from this once in a lifetime experience and are full of stories they want to share. Ask the contractor for a list of the suppliers and subcontractors he works with regularly. Contact a sample from this list to confirm that the contractor manages his business responsibly, paying subs and suppliers on time, and that he has a good reputation in the building community. This line of inquiry is particularly important because it may prevent you from having a construction lien placed on your property by an unpaid subcontractor or supplier. I have been licensed in states that required you to go to school to learn legal, business, and trade skills, but some states have almost no qualifying controls whatsoever. We used to joke around here that guys who had a pickup truck, a dog, and a level could be a general contractor. So really, how do you separate the wheat from the chaff? How do you separate the men from the boys? Want to separate the men from the boys? Ask to see a sample of their process documents. Understand how they work. Contracts, lien releases, warranties, and performance payment schedules that are triggered by verifiable completion milestones are all pieces of the proper process and protect everyone involved. Seeing samples will allow you to understand what the process is and maybe whether there are holes in it. Lien releases. Releases make sure material men and subcontractors have been paid and sign off any rights to lien against your property after the fact. If you choose a builder and sign their contract, you should ask for a list of suppliers on the project and get final lien releases from your builder when each of them are finished with the project. Get a sample of a specifications list. This should be a lengthy, in fact sometimes 40-page, very detailed list of specific items that will or can be chosen to be included in the scope of work. The scope of work simply means what will be done specifically, and by absence, what will not be done because it is not listed. The specifications are with what items and how it would be built. Does the builder list specific product names and model numbers on appliances, faucets, doors, trim, tile, flooring, roofing, etc.? Are there pictures of the choices so everyone is clear what is being offered and chosen? Does the builder offer options or alternatives for you to choose from? Does the builder offer cost balancing or value engineering? Get a sample build contract. Get a view of the contract language. Does the build contract also include the specifications, so what you have specifically chosen is sure to be included without being charged extra or changed? Also, look specifically at the payment schedule. The payments should be structured as a relatively small deposit before work begins, then progress payments linked to milestones of completion, such as after foundation or after drywall. This way, you have physical proof which can be verified that work is being done before you make the next payment. If you are out of the area where your project is being built, photos or video can suffice for proof of completion inspections, perhaps posted to the builder's online portal where you can view and approve payments. If you are financing the project through a bank, they will send a bank official to verify completion milestones, issue payments to the builder, and collect signed releases for you. If you are paying cash for your project, some builders will offer you the same custodial account services as the bank, but through a contract arrangement with a title company. You deposit the funds for the project with the title company, who then acts as a fiduciary to inspect and verify contract completion milestones, issue the payments to the builder, and collect lien releases. Ask for a sample schedule. This should be in the form of a calendar or Gantt chart which shows all the milestones and the process of completion. It should not be pushed across the table to you on the back of a napkin on the day the crew shows up. Some builders will include a schedule which shows future, present, and completed milestones online where you can see them to track your project progress. Get a sample of the builder's warranty. In some states, there are minimum warranty periods by law. In other states, none whatsoever are required. Typical industry standard warranties are 1 year on materials and labor for items installed by the builder not covered by the manufacturer's warranty. Some states require a longer structural warranty of 3 years. Compare guarantees and get the best one you can, because better contractors address warranty claims quickly and thoroughly. Such claims are a very good test of their reliability and professionalism. Look at the builder's work. In your virtual or physical walkthrough tours of these different homes, you'll begin to appreciate the different levels of attention to detail and quality of finish. You'll begin to discern a good drywall job, which is smooth, blemish-free walls and ceilings with invisible seams. You'll begin to recognize quality interior trim work where the joints are tightly fitted, and in contrast to poorer jobs with gaps and misalignments. You'll begin to appreciate that better builders stay on top of all the details all the way through to the end of the project. There are other sources of builders, but they aren't as dependable. For instance, you could call a friend of your second cousin, or you could use the phone book. But are you willing to spend thousands of dollars and risk your dream home based on a random lead you get from the yellow pages? Consider association members. Because the purpose of any association is to promote professionalism and image within the home construction remodeling industry, association members probably are more reliable than builders who aren't members would be. Some associations, such as the International Association of Professional Builders, have comprehensive member vetting, training, and codes of professionalism that elevate the professionalism and best practices used by its members. Schedule an appointment. Arrange ahead of time to spend a few minutes with the builder and ask a few questions. This can be done over the phone, by teleconference, or in person. Respect the builder's time in meeting in the most efficient manner possible. You will be seeing how their process works and whether they have an efficient approach for you to participate in. Good contractors are very busy, frequently working 6 days per week. They also have a well-deserved reputation for not returning phone calls, so you may have to be patient as you attempt to set up your first meetings. If someone you like doesn't return your first call, give him or her a second chance. If they don't return that call, cross them off your list. Just as you want to avoid fly-by-nights, you also want to avoid someone who is too busy to call you. I guarantee we will return a phone call within 24 hours. If a builder doesn't have time to return your call now, you can imagine how stressful that could be after work on your home begins. Good builders' time is very much in demand. They should offer a time to speak or meet. Meet on one of their projects if possible. See how the builder keeps the site. See how the builder relates to the crew. See how the builder relates to the client if they're available. Here are some suggested lists of questions for your builder. Look at their website, their project photos, their testimonials, and their case studies. Do you see projects that look similar to yours? What is the quality level? What do their former customers say about them? Do they appear to go the extra mile? Do they describe their business processes? Do they offer samples of process documents? Do they make it easy to get started? Do they offer design assistance? Do they offer value engineering? Do they restrict you to certain models? Do they offer only a few choices? Do they offer complete and detailed specifications? Do they offer options and alternative choices? Do they offer fixed price contracts or cost plus? Are you pleased with the quality of their work? Are you satisfied with their business practices? Did they offer value engineering or cost balancing options or alternatives? How do they resolve differences that arise? How do they verify workers show up on time? Will you be comfortable with their subcontractors? Do they have a code of conduct for their employees and workers? Does the crew clean up daily? How completely? How will the job be completed on time? Do they share the schedule with customers? How will the builder fulfill his contract to your expectations? Do they have a payment schedule with completion milestones? How will the builder communicate through the project? Does the builder have an online portal with customer access? Will a project manager be on site every day? Will supervision be adequate? If you want to monitor progress, how do you do it? Does the builder provide online project monitoring? Will the builder be easy to reach when you need him? Is there a paper trail of all communications? What method is used? Does the builder use change orders that you sign before work begins? Is this change order process online? If you provide an architect, how well will the builder work with them? Does the builder provide an architect? What keeps the architect from designing something outside your budget? Does the builder choose, hire, and cost control the architect? Does the builder hold regular progress meetings with the homeowner? How are those meetings held when you are busy or out of town? Do you feel you will get good value for the money spent? What does the builder do differently than other builders? How does the builder handle warranty claims? Are the builder's guarantees better than other builders? Do you feel comfortable that the builder has a fiduciary attitude, like they are your protector, representative, and advocate? Are you comfortable with them? Would you recommend them to a friend unconditionally? Now that you have interviewed your builders, ask yourself a few questions about how that went. Did the builder listen to your concerns? Did the builder respond quickly to your questions and requests? Was the builder easy to speak with? You need to learn and discover. The more you learn, the greater your comfort, the greater your command over the builder selection process. Most people don't like interviewing contractors because they don't have confidence in their ability to discern if a builder is honest. If you've done your homework with thoroughness and patience, you've spared yourself that anxiety because you already know your candidates are qualified, honest, and reliable. Your goal is to find a builder you can work with, one whose interest in your project impresses you, one who listens carefully to what you say, one you are comfortable and compatible with, and one you'll be able to work successfully with for the next 6 to 12 months a project typically takes. To give you a sneak peek at how prospective contractors may handle your call, let me tell you how I deal with initial conversations. When I, as a professional builder, speak with a prospective client, I attempt to gauge their seriousness by asking specific questions about their design ideas and investment budget. If they're planning an addition, for instance, I ask if they know how large they want the addition to be and what rooms will be included. If I want them to describe to me what they want in as much detail as they can. I also ask if they thought about what grade of finish materials they'd like. For example, will the kitchen countertops be Formica laminate or polished granite? Will bathroom fixtures be brass, oil rub bronze, or chrome? Will the new rooms be laminate floors, hardwood floors, or carpeted? Will they want hydronic in-floor heating? Be prepared to describe your project in detail, your target budget, and when you want to begin and need to finish. I ask, is this a new home or a remodel? What are your design ideas? What is your target budget? When do you want to start? Is there a deadline we need to be aware of? Do you know how large you want the home? How many bedrooms? How many baths? How many cars for the garage? Any special vehicles we need to plan for? Any special uses? Handicapped users? Age in place? A grandma flat? Have you thought about finishes? What type of design? Open floor plan? Single story or two story? What level of countertops? What level of flooring? What type of trim? What level of fixtures? What level of appliances? Do you want a gourmet kitchen? Will you want in-floor hydronic heating? Do you want special structural elements, log or timber framing, rock pillars and accents, a wood-burning fireplace? Without getting into too much fine detail right away, I want to understand what the client's expectations are and see if they align with their stated budget. Their response lets me know whether or not they understand the true cost of custom building and remodeling. I also understand most people don't and need help trying to figure out how to reach their goals. Every builder has their own approach. Most like to limit customer choices to model plans they have recently built, while others will allow a few choices on the 3 C's: carpet, countertops, and colors, which are mostly paint and carpet. What I prefer to do, which probably makes me a little bit different than most builders, is that I become my customer's advocate and partner in trying to define what they find most important, then work my way back down to the least important features and value engineer with them until we find the perfect cost balance across all the features that gives them the most from their priority list. If there's one thing that I've realized in 35 years of being around the construction industry is people have a lot of questions. They wish they had an experienced person they could talk to, like a guide, someone to bounce their ideas off of, helping them make good choices by consulting with them and helping them to accomplish their goals. If there's one piece of advice that I could give people, it would be to find a builder who is really willing to give of their time, give them themselves,